Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I am lucky and blessed and honored to be with you here tonight. 2 years ago, I was in the fast lane speeding downhill on the highway to a heart attack, and I didn't even know it. I'm with you tonight for 3 main reasons. 1, a brilliant health professional who, like a traffic cop, pulled me over and made me stop what I was doing. 2, the astonishing ability of medical science to diagnose and then surgically treat my heart problem. And 3, it was the grace of God and the love of my family and my friends. But it was no thanks to me. Until recently, for my own health, I was my own worst enemy. Take a look at the picture. That's me in 2008, when I weighed over 280 pounds. I never exercised. I was busy day and night with work I enjoyed, but at times it could be stressful and rushed. So when meal times came, the easy thing to do was fast food or eating out. Here's how I often chose my meals. A cheeseburger costs just $1, so I could have 2 or 3 of them, and I could eat it in 3 minutes while driving the car. A healthy salad, by comparison, costs almost $6, and I'd have to sit down and chew it and then digest it for 10 minutes or more. Being busy, that's a no-brainer, right? Well, the same logic led to a steady diet of burgers and pizza and donuts and fried chicken, and for dessert, when I'm watching TV, ice cream. From the time my wife Janet and I got married in 1978, I gained, on average, 2 or 3 pounds each year. Not a problem, because it was gradual. Just let the belt out a little bit. I'd think, boy, those clothes shrunk when they were in the wash again. And this went on for more than 30 years. Here's a Santa suit. The Santa suit fit fine without any pillows. By 2009, I was 80 pounds heavier than at my wedding. While I was focused on my work and enjoying life with my family, I was totally ignorant of some very important signs. Number 1, without even trying, I had joined the ranks of the obese. My 280-pound plus size was over 100 pounds more than what's considered healthy weight for my height. I rarely stepped on the scale, but the signs were there, like when I had to go out and buy a 50-inch belt. I was way out of shape. I strained and sweated doing the simplest things, like climbing stairs. And my body was telling me even more. My joints were suffering. In fact, my left knee was killing me. More about that in just a minute. And my sleep was suffering. I was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea in 1998, and every night for over 10 years, I slept using one of those CPAP ventilator machines. I was still tired a lot despite that, but I thought that was from being just too busy. And when I did get medical checkups, I heard my blood pressure and cholesterol were on the borderline of being too high. Despite all of these signs, I saw no trouble ahead, no unusual risk, and no need to change anything about the way I lived. So I kept up with life full speed ahead. Now back to my knee. Early in 2009, it was painful with every step. I saw an orthopedist who recommended total knee replacement. We scheduled that surgery, and I had to see my primary care doctor to get clearance. Being busy, I scheduled a Saturday appointment with my primary care office. My regular doctor wasn't available on Saturdays, so one of the cardiology nurse practitioners, Shannon Gingerelli, was covering. I'm really pleased Shannon could be here with us tonight, because she's one of the main reasons that I'm alive and able to be here to talk about it. Shannon reviewed my history and blood pressure, lab tests, and EKG readings. She said something just wasn't right with the EKG, my blood pressure was a bit high, and that I had high triglycerides. Factoring in my weight, my sleep apnea, she recommended some cardiac tests before signing the knee surgery clearance, just to be safe. I had plans, and I was very upset she wouldn't give me the okay to get my knee fixed yet. I didn't feel any chest pain, and my family has no history of heart problems. But I agreed to the tests, kind of grudgingly. A few days later, the stress test and then another heart test, I can't even name it, found that my heart was only working at 49% capacity. Then I thought, what a pain. Now I have to get more tests, and I probably have to take some medicine and go on some special diet. But it couldn't be serious, could it? A week later, The cardiac catheterization procedure at the hospital found that my main coronary artery was 99% blocked, and at least 3 others were 80 to 90% blocked. These 4 words from the cardiac interventionalist that day suddenly set off all the signs and alarms that I had missed for years. He said, "You need heart surgery." I was a walking, ticking time bomb and a heart attack waiting to happen at any time. That afternoon, we met with a cardiac surgeon who explained what had to be done. He said that while I needed the heart surgery soon, it wasn't critical. He told me he would do his surgery at his next open date in 2 weeks. I should be fine so long as I just rest, do no lifting at all, and eat carefully. Well, for 2 weeks, I stayed at home doing nothing stressful at all. Actually, I was a couch potato. And I ate what I now look back on as the scared shootless diet, eating only those things I could trust not to turn my 99% blockage into a fatal 100%. Lettuce, water, low fat, no caffeine, no salt, a little safe protein, kind of like a rabbit. I also spent a few days putting my affairs in order, like paying bills, telling people how much I love them, praying quite a bit, and checking life insurance policies. I must say it was the longest 14 days ever. On March 31st, 2009, I had a quadruple coronary artery bypass graft procedure at Morristown Memorial Hospital. 5 days later, I was home, and on the way to recovery, a changed man. The first thing that changed was in my other heart, the emotional one. The extended pause in my busy life, I look back on it now as my halftime, let me rediscover my true priorities. Family, friends, enjoying the things I work on, and working on things that made a difference, and doing what I can to help others. My 2 scary weeks on the scared, shootless diet permanently changed the way I think about meals. My new normal will always be low fat and low salt, and every once in a while, a little lean beef. In retrospect, choosing cheap burgers instead of healthy, more expensive fruits and vegetables and other foods was an economic choice. But my math was wrong. The fast food diet was cheap then, but the cost later was tremendous. Believe it or not, last year I found a burger place that brags how unhealthy its food is. I saw it on NBC. It's the Heart Attack Grill in Arizona. Just take a look at this place. You walk in the door, and it says, "Caution, this establishment is bad for your health." The French fries are cooked in pure lard, and their piece de resistance is an 8,000 calorie burger. That's 3 weeks of food in my world now. I went there, but I didn't eat a thing. I went there to get a souvenir. Me standing by the quadruple bypass burger picture, which is my souvenir and reminder of what can happen if I stop being diligent about making healthy choices every day. My cardiac rehab program taught me how, for the first time ever, how to work out in a gym and enjoy it. The main thing is just do it, no excuses, and do it every day. And you need your iPod with your favorite music. Ever since, I walked every day and I joined a local gym, and outside my office, Bayer Healthcare in Morristown, we walk around the building each day. The American Heart Association tells us that for every hour of cardiovascular exercise, you gain 2 hours of life. I'm counting on those hours in the gym now to pay off later for more time with those I love doing what I enjoy. Exercise, eating healthy, and watching out for your health. It all boils down to that, and it is that simple. And for me, the results of the past 2 years have been simply unbelievable. Today, I weigh 90 pounds less than I did the day of my bypass surgery. And the weight loss has done some other amazing things. I have more energy. My sleep apnea is gone. My knee pain is gone. I have no plans to have that surgery soon or go back to any hospital except this one to say hi anytime soon. My blood pressure and cholesterol are well within normal range, and I've learned the power and seen the results of making good choices about my health. My life seems busier now than it was in 2009, but it's different. I feel I've been blessed with a second chance to live well and both an opportunity and an obligation to give back by sharing this story. Because if you're going down a dangerous health road like I was, if you recognize some of the same critical signs I missed, maybe a good kick in the butt reminder and not bypass surgery can help inspire you to have better food and exercise choices. My journey to a better lifestyle began on the heart attack highway, and luckily took a drastic detour, a literal bypass that saved my life. It's all thanks to amazing people and amazing medical technology that didn't exist when my life began. And somehow, I got to join a rather exclusive club of survivors, the Crack Chest Club, if you watched TV a few weeks ago, with some pretty famous members. Robin Williams also had his heart surgery in 2009, and he said it makes you kind of appreciate the small things in life, like breathing. Thanks for letting me share the story with you.